Hey there, and welcome to the Old Dog in a New Conference. I just wanted to touch on the Cougars game last night because, as I've said before, now that the Cougars have been displaced, I am on board. I pull for them in all the games except the Apple Cup. So they hosted San Jose State, which on the surface does not sound like a huge game, but they were unbeaten, and they had beaten Air Force. It's not the strongest year for Air Force, that's for sure, but they're still a quality team, disciplined team, the military academies. The Cougars, after coming off the win versus the Dogs, had played stout defense. They kind of held them in check, but they scored enough. Their quarterback, John Mater, is just amazing. He's a gunslinger, so he's going to throw a lot of picks. He threw 2 in this game against San Jose State. He threw 2 against the Huskies, although they overruled one. I don't know how they did that, but he threw 2. But in this game, he passed for 390 yards and ran for 111. Ran for a touchdown and threw for 4 touchdowns. And that performance with the Mountain West schedule, this team and that quarterback, I'm surprised this game was close, but, there's always games that are closer than you want them to be. The fights are harder than you want them to be. It's a double overtime game. Yeah, it seemed to me like the Cougars, even though they trailed a lot, it seemed to me like they had opportunities to kind of pull away, and they just, for one reason or another, San Jose State's offense just kept coming back, kept putting them in better position. Their quarterback also threw 2 interceptions and 4 TDs for 375 yards. So he almost mirrored what Mater did, but he didn't run the ball. He was sacked a couple times. The Cougars' defense really was, it wasn't what they hoped for, but they came up with big plays. They came up with interceptions that stopped San Jose State in a couple of crucial times. And their kicker hit that 52-yarder to put it into overtime. And I'll be honest, as a Husky fan, I was not confident that they would come through on that kick, and they did. And if they can make clutch plays like that when they need to, I just feel like the Cougars, they have a really strong chance of really running the table this year. Boise State's going to be tough. Fresno State's tough. San Diego State might be tough. Oregon State, of course, will be tough. Wyoming is normally tough, but they're down a little this year, so the Cougars have a really good shot. They got to go to Boise. Maybe Boise will be their toughest test, even considering the Huskies, but I don't know. They beat Texas Tech and they beat Washington. So if they can get that road win, which is their next game on the 20th, and every game's a battle. I hate the idea that, they're just going to win all their games. I'm just saying, I don't see a game on there that I say, the Cougars don't have a chance. I don't see a single game on there. And I respect a lot of the teams. Like I said, Utah State, they didn't look bad against Utah. Oregon State, we'll have to see. It's a shame coming off of last year, how strong they were and everything, but they lost their coach and they lost so much. Whereas the Cougars kept their coach, Jake Dicker, and he seems to be doing an outstanding job. So for an exciting win, like I said, it might not have been the defense you hope to see as a Cougar fan, but you got the win. Your quarterbacks, keep him upright because he is dynamic and makes the plays. And I said, he's a gunslinger. He's going to get picked. That doesn't matter when you can turn a 3rd and 15 into a first down just because you can't cover everybody, tackle him. So he's a real player. I was impressed with the Cougars' defense versus Washington and Texas Tech. I don't know what that says about San Jose State or what that says about the Cougars, but, it's just one game. We'll see how they look against Boise State, if they can fix the defense, get back to playing the way they had played against Washington and Texas Tech. If they play that way against Boise State, I think they can get in there and win. And I hope the Cougs do. Congratulations for another win to the 4-0 Cougs. Good luck the rest of the way. Until next time, go Dogs.